put your motherfucking hands on me, you dead! Dead! You fake ass gangsters! I'm blowing this shit up! You motherfuckers. He assaulted me. Yup, and they put me in a hospital on an APAP. When I was assaulted at that barbershop over there they call Legends, over at Allure, he threatened to kill me, so I need to file a police report.
That Courtney Burgess was planted with this information on purpose to basically get the feds to turn their eye off of other people that are allegedly going to go down with Diddy. And the person that she called out was Jay-Z and the Carters. And then Courtney Burgess started acting really strange and multiple different times threw up these triangles while she was saying stuff like this.
You're all my witnesses. I'm lucid. I'm sane.
And I sent you a very real message, man. I said they're trying to unalive me again. Can you help? You never responded. You went just as ghost as Jussie Smollett did a week ago. But I'm starting to research you, Miss Kid. And so help me God, if I find you've had any legal dealings with Alex Spiro, you and I are going to have a pain.
Okay, sit down, grab your tea, because this story is absolutely wild. Jaguar Wright, yes, our truth teller, the one who's never backed down from exposing the filth in the industry, just survived a literal hit attempt. Like, not metaphorical, not some vague threat, a real orchestrated, life-threatening attack. And baby, it's connected to some very powerful names. See, Jaguar has always been a thorn in the side of some of music's most elite, but this time, she went deeper than ever before. She didn't just name Diddy. Oh no. She started naming names tied to full-on criminal networks, the kind that protect, hide, and even clean up for people like Diddy. That's when things got deadly. We're talking about her hotel being broken into, her car getting messed with, and get this, her own husband allegedly paid to set her up. Who does that? Who pays your partner to bet you? This ain't just petty drama. This is life and death.
Okay. Hold up.
And here's the craziest part. Jaguar says this whole thing might not even be about Diddy anymore. She's been talking about even bigger names, more powerful, more untouchable. These are people who aren't just tied to Diddy. They're tied to multiple artists, multiple deals, and an empire that spans decades. But she didn't whisper these claims. Oh no, Jaguar went live. She stared right into the camera with that fearless energy and told the world, if anything happens to me, you know who did it. And then, bam. Just like that, someone tried to make it happen. So now we're all wondering, was this just a scare tactic? Or did Jaguar interrupt something much darker? And real talk, who are the people still covering for Diddy today?
So I can have my lawyer serve the paperwork for my Why am I waiting? I was in the hospital for 9 days. They put me in on an A-Pal. I have bruises. My thumb and my pinky was done from where they stood on my back with the handcuff.
Let's get into what really went down. Jaguar Wright survived a planned hit, like someone tried to end her. And she says it's all tied to the same people who've been shielding Diddy for years, the ones who made his empire look squeaky clean while it was rotting underneath.
Oh, my dead son. Oh, my dead son. Oh, my son. Oh, my son. They're all dead.
No,
they're all dead.
Jaguar noticed a black SUV circling her hotel in Dallas, not once, not twice, but multiple times in a day. Suspicious, right? Later, she sees someone literally crouched near her car, tampering with her tires like in broad daylight.
So it was dark back then, and I had my key out, and I had my knuckles in my back pocket, my brass knuckles. And sure enough, he came out the dark as I was about to put my key in the door and go upstairs.
And what was he doing? According to Jaguar, this guy was trying to rig her car, make it look like an accident. But she caught him, she confronted him, and it got physical. Like, this wasn't just some intimidation, they were trying to erase her.
I'm the f***ing boogeyman. I ran up on that and started punching the shit out of him. Whooped his took his knife. I was like, you see this shit? Get a real knife. I was losing it. I swear to God, if I see you out in these streets, I'm gonna kill you.
Thank God she knows how to defend herself, but still, she was shaken. Who wouldn't be? That moment changed everything for her. It wasn't just scare tactics anymore. They were trying to take her out.
The thing is I'm prepared for what I'm prepared for. You know what I mean? I've had everything bad that pretty much a human being can go through happen to me.
Right after the incident, she went live with Tokyo Tony, and this woman came prepared. She showed off the weapons she carries with her at all times, like she's in a damn war zone. And honestly, it makes sense. She's not paranoid, she's in survival mode.
I gotta go spend some time with my godson before they try to kill me again. Oh my God, stop saying that. Don't put that in the universe. They've been trying to kill me.
When Tokyo asked her who was behind it, Jaguar didn't hold back. She dropped two names that made everyone's jaw drop. Sean, she said, as in Sean Carter, and Combems. Yeah, as in Diddy. Boom. That was the moment the internet exploded.
They tried to do it in Chicago. Okay, who are they? You know who the f*** talking about. Oh my God, I'm talking about the Seans. I'm talking about Sean Carter. Oh my God.
Then she dropped the bomb. Someone had actually tried to blow up her car. And she didn't stop there. She name-dropped Beyonce. That's right, Beyonce, hinting she was somehow tied to the attempted hit. Are you screaming yet? Because we were.
Somebody tried to blow up my car. I hope Beyonce falls and breaks her neck.
Now listen, Jaguar has been going after Diddy and Jay-Z for years. She's accused them of everything: scamming, exploitation, even murder. But people always brushed her off. She's crazy, they said. She's bitter. But guess what?
Clarence Avon, Jacqueline Avon, Kim Porter, Albie Shore, Heavy D, Andre Harrell, Father MC Baby Mom, Big L, Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace, Pimp C, Aaliyah. Sweetheart, there are so many names.
It's different now because she's not just coming after the faces of the machine. She's coming after the entire machine. The gears, the wires, the shadowy hands that made Diddy and Jay-Z untouchable for decades. This time, she's got names, receipts, and straight-up facts. Before the hit, Jaguar started exposing a whole underground network of men, rich, powerful men, tied to what she calls the freakoff pipeline. Not just wild parties, but something far darker. According to her, Diddy's infamous parties weren't just about pleasure, they were auctions. Victims being bid on, traded, sold. Yes, it's horrifying.
They auditioned to be models for music videos.
Oh, casting couch.
When they got to Miami, they had to show and turn over their ID, and they collected their passports. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container getting by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online.
Jaguar didn't stop at the top. She went for the middlemen too, the fixers, the federal informants, the NDAs, the coached up fake witnesses. And through all her videos, three names just kept coming up like a bad penny: Ron Burkel, Desiree Perez, and Courtney Burgess. Let's start with Ron Burkel. Billionaire investor, this man's got ties to private equity, politics, and he's on the Epstein list. Jaguar claimed he's not just an investor, he's the godfather of Diddy's children. Let that sink in. And you know what else? He was on Epstein's jet multiple times. So yo, Ron Burkel, not just Diddy's close friend. According to Jaguar, this man is the financial backbone of the entire dirty empire. Media used to call him Diddy's sugar daddy when he dumped $100 million, 0 cents, into Diddy's clothing line, Sean John, back in 2003. And here's the shady part, that clothing line, it wasn't even making serious profit at the time. So what was that money really for? Jaguar says Burkel wasn't investing in clothes, he was investing in blackmail operations. Yup, just like Epstein, Diddy was allegedly doing the same stuff, using victims to gain leverage over powerful people and build his own protection circle. And if you think this is just another theory, hold up, there's more.
They ended up on Epstein Island. They auditioned to be models for music videos.
Oh, casting couch.
When they got to Miami, they had to show and turn over their ID, and they collected their passports. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container getting by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online. After they made it through that, that's when they were sent to Rick Ross's music videos as groupies and extras to make sure that they could walk around in society without looking like victims.
Let's not forget the tragedy surrounding Ron's son, Andrew Burkel. In 2020, he was found dead in his Beverly Hills home. The family stayed tight-lipped, refusing to release any cause. But what sent chills through everyone? Andrew was tight with Diddy's son, Quincy Brown. Quincy even posted a heart-wrenching tribute, saying they were supposed to have lunch the very next day. Yeah, suspicious, right? After Jaguar started connecting these dots, it's like Burkel's team went into digital lockdown. Suddenly, articles about his ties to Epstein and Diddy started vanishing. Social media posts scrubbed. Mentions deleted. But Jaguar caught it all before it disappeared. He's still hiding in plain sight, co-owning the Pittsburgh Penguins, sitting on boards like Yahoo and staying out of headlines. But guess what's missing? Any mention of the black books and any mention of Diddy's disgusting parties. Jaguar's been one of the only people bold enough to say his name out loud. But she didn't stop there. Oh no, next on her hit list, Desiree Perez. Jay-Z's right-hand woman, the one who runs Roc Nation. And the media? They practically treat her like royalty. But what they don't talk about is her criminal past and the fact that she's a federal informant. That's right, an industry queen who also worked with the feds for over 20 years. And Jay-Z, he knew exactly who she was when he made her president of Roc Nation. Jaguar wasn't the only one talking. Jay-Z's former friend, DeHaven, spilled some serious tea.
I guarantee you the conversation with Emery, even when Emery came home and seen, you know what I'm saying? Then it just don't add up at some point. And then how's everybody going to jail but you?
DeHaven said something that left everyone shook. Jay-Z isn't gonna go down like Diddy because he is them people. That's right, he's not just connected to the ones pulling the strings, he is one of them. And when other celebs get in trouble, who do they run to? Jay. When Lil Wayne had legal drama, Jay stepped in. When Meek Mill was locked up, who helped? Desiree Perez. That's what Meek said himself. So if you're wondering why Jay-Z never gets touched, it's because Desiree built a web of power that keeps him clean. She's got friends in high places, former agents, retired feds, and people who owe her favors across the board. That's real power. But Jaguar, she went deeper than DeHaven ever dared. She didn't just name Desiree, she went after her family. Even viewers noticed. Fans on TikTok were posting about how odd it was. Why was he doing that symbol? Why then? And let's not forget, Courtney spent the entire stream defending Jay-Z and Beyonce like his life depended on it. He was practically yelling that there's no way the Carters were involved in anything wrong. He swore Jay-Z had never been seen on any tapes, had never touched another woman, all that. Jaguar wasn't buying it. She clapped back hard. "You are nobody," she told him. She accused him of being a plant, a puppet, put in place to distract investigators and redirect the heat away from Jay-Z, just long enough to make Diddy the only fall guy. And when Courtney heard that, he didn't deny it. He didn't argue it. He just kept flashing that triangle. And here's where Jaguar connected the final dots. If Courtney's this deep into Roc Nation and he's trying this hard to protect Jay-Z, then it's not just about Diddy anymore. It's about everyone protecting him. So now we're staring down the names Jaguar Wright has been bold enough to call out. Ron Burkel, Desiree Perez, Courtney Burgess. These aren't just side characters. These are the architects, the protectors, the ones who built the walls around Diddy and Jay-Z's empire and kept those walls bulletproof. And when Jaguar connected all of this, not just the crimes, but the cleanup crews and the distractions and the blackmail pipelines, that's when someone tried to silence her. For good. She knew what it meant, and she said it out loud, that Jay-Z wasn't just in the background, that he's the one pulling strings, that Courtney wasn't just defending him, he was sent by him to protect him, to redirect the feds, to keep Jay's name out of the headlines. But Jaguar, she dragged it into the spotlight. She connected the history. She pointed out that Jay-Z's name never comes up in any legal action, not because he's innocent, but because Desiree built the protection, because Courtney runs the PR cleanup, because Burkel bankrolls it all. And then Jaguar almost dies. Let that sink in. The triangle sign, the fake memoir, the digital purging, the timed attack. This isn't just paranoia. This isn't a crazy woman. This is a woman who spoke truth in a room full of silence and nearly got killed for it. Jaguar Wright is literally walking around like she's at war, because she is. She's not just fighting Diddy, she's fighting a machine. One that's backed by billionaires, run by informants, and guarded by fake witnesses and industry fixers who have everything to lose if the truth ever breaks through. Think about it. If even one of Jaguar's claims proves true, just one, it opens the floodgates. If Ron Burkel was financing blackmail instead of fashion, if Desiree Perez was feeding feds from inside Roc Nation while building Jay-Z's empire, if Courtney Burgess really is a puppet planted to block the feds from seeing the full picture, then this goes far beyond Diddy. It becomes a scandal so big, so tangled, so corrupt, it could shake the entire music industry to its core. We're talking record labels, legal systems, political connections, mainstream media suppression, all tied together by money, fear, and leverage. And Jaguar, she's been screaming it from the rooftops. People rolled their eyes. They called her unstable. They said she was dramatic. But now she's out here surviving attacks, dodging planted hits, naming names that just so happen to go silent after she mentions them. It's giving very much they're scared. They don't want this out. And they definitely didn't want you to hear this from her. But she's still here, bruised but breathing. And she's not done yet, because the one thing they didn't count on, Jaguar Wright doesn't scare easy, and now the public is finally catching up. People are rewatching her lives, digging into those names, connecting the dots she laid out, and they're realizing she's been telling the truth this whole damn time. The people she named, still silent. The attacks, still happening. And the triangle, still flashing in the shadows. So the next time you hear someone dismiss Jaguar as crazy, remember this: crazy doesn't survive orchestrated car bombings. Crazy doesn't catch men crouching by their tires. Crazy doesn't name billionaires and informants and industry puppets and then get targeted. But the truth gets hunted. And Jaguar Wright is walking, talking, surviving proof of it. So be careful what stories you ignore, because the industry might pretend like she's shouting into a void, but someone out there, someone powerful, is scared of her voice. And they already tried to shut it down once. But she's still here, still loud, still naming names. And if she's right about even half of this, then trust me, we haven't even scratched the surface.